are not going to the summit. So yeah, it's a problem for them because the winner of this series is going to move on to face them next. They've been knocked out of 3 different lands in 4 days.
10 seconds.
Are they going to make it 4 for 4? Not to mention that 2 of those were against LGD.FY, and 2 of them were best of 5s that went the full distance of 5 games, and they lost out all of them. Ugh, it hurts. It hurts deep in the soul. There's a pain. Oh, man. And, like, yesterday, too, I was casting the game against LFY in this same qualifiers. And there was, like, this moment where it was, like, going down to the wire, and they wiped, LGD wiped LFY. They didn't have buybacks. They were going to be able to do it. They kept on charging in. The tier 4s were down. They were hitting the Ancient, and they still couldn't quite finish off the game, and then they just swept back the other direction, and it was just, oh, it was painful. But that is going to be for a little bit later. We now know for sure, and we knew earlier that the winner of this was going to face off against LGD, but we didn't know what the mindset of LGD was going to be. We still don't necessarily, but there's got to be something going on. It's got to hurt to lose out like that. And now Vici Gaming, they are going to be the ones that are going to try and pull back the series against EHOME.Keen, since EHOME.Keen won the last game, and they did it off the back of some spectacular juggernaut play. I felt like the combination of like the Sand King and such was going to do a little bit more, but now the Vici Gaming going back for the Tide Hunters. This is something that's been a bit of a real revitalization in the Chinese scene, is taking the Tide Hunter. I think it's just because there've been like a lot of team fighting stills going on, and now what you have is you have like 3 different really big team fight spells: Magnetize, Disruptor, and Ravage. All of those coiled up together. And that sort of deals with the Warlock in some ways a little bit better as well. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm excited. I will see what's going on there. And yeah, going into game number 2. Oh, I just can't handle it. It's too much. Too much, far too much. 4th pick now for EHOME.Keen. We have Alina. Nice. I like it.
Team ban.
I like it a lot. A whole hell of a lot. This was something that they obviously took in the last game. I wanted to check out the Chinese leaderboards real quick because I wanted to figure out. The problem is that even when you look at like EHOME.Keen's lineup on Wikipedia and all those other places, it's still Chinese characters that are the ones that you're seeing. So you don't necessarily have the full inclination of who all these people are. As we do see the Ursa banned out. No real surprise there. Hard to deal with him as the Tide Hunter in lane. It's really frustrating. So yes, CCC is the 3rd highest MMR in China right now. Paparazzi is at the top. But you have 2 of the top 3 right now in China. Ori from Vici, and then CCC coming in from EHOME.Keen. And then across the rest of them, can we take a look and see? Old Chicken is up there. CTY is up there. Sylar. You have question mark. MS. These are all EHOME Luminous. So Alpha, he's down at like 6,900. Now there's got to be some more of these people here, and they're just not tagged up correctly, I'm sure, because that makes the most sense to me. Anyways, regardless, they're all good players. We know that that's the case. We know that this is what's up. Again, curiosity's been piqued a little bit as to what this last pick is going to be for EHOME, since they're the first ones up. They still have the safe lane to contend with. Good against Tide Hunter. Honestly, Wraith King. All right, Terrorblade. Yeah, that's the pick. That is the one. Oh, man, this draft is so freaking good. Oh, this is really good. Vici now, they need a mid laner who can deal with Terrorblade. It's not a terrible Zeus game, dare we say it? It's hard against the Clockwork, but you're going to be bullied into 4 staffs anyways. Likely to see a 4 staff on Disruptor and Earth Spirit later. You'd have to rush 4 staff. Who else deals with Terrorblade well?
Reserve time.
I've seen Zeus deal really well with Terrorblade, and they don't have the greatest saving heroes on EHOME.Keen. Queen of Pain again? Okay. I like it. It's a good answer. We didn't see her get up to that level 25 talent last time. And I think I might have to switch around what placement these two banners are on. Again, apologize, but this is not ticketed, so it doesn't get the banners. So that's a thing. But we will see. We will see. Like, look at this. How am I supposed to cast this? 9.8. That's what I'm gonna have to call Alina. Just only that. All right, where are we at? Come on now. I want to get this game a-going. It's time to party. And is that one correct? Does indeed look like it is not correct. So we'll switch these over. Vici is over here. And EHOME is over here. Easy peasy. Oh, production value out the wazoo. Honestly, we're just the greatest. Early wards placed out. You get some good vision as well as blocking out that camp. You love to see it. Wonderful. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's going to be Disruptor heading over here as well. He got down a deep ward. Nicely done there. We'll scatter all of this. Likewise, Clockwork going to try and place one. Looks like he's going to decide to go for a little bit of the greedier play. Blocking off the camp while simultaneously giving a little bit of vision. I do like this ward a lot. You can see right here that it gives you some nice movement. It's, I think, a little bit too greedy to try and cut down these trees, but in your pubs, you can probably get away with it if you cut down these trees. And then you can get some vision over to here as well, which is kind of nice. Disruptor, is he trying to bait out a sentry? Or I guess he thought that he was going to be able to get a D ward, but it's on the wrong side. He's expecting the ward mid, but it's on their side instead.
The battle begins.
Easy. I'll take that as tribute. In the meantime, Warlock, he's going to be able to go for the block for Lina. Missed that one. You're kicked. Get out of the team. Clockwork, in the meantime, also going to be going for some nice blocks of his own. Making sure that he starts the creep wave in a good position. And Disruptor is just going to have to stand here for a little while to make sure the creep wave gets through. Same thing for Monkey King. Wants to make sure that the range creep doesn't get pushed all the way through. Rolling Boulder in. The Light Strike Ray is going to connect, and that might be all about that. Ends up keeping it into the favor of the Lina there. A Light Strike Ray doesn't connect. You end up taking one of the Shadow Strikes to the face, and things look a little bit testy. But yeah, Clockwork is going to be able to have a good time here. They still end up getting that range creep. Don't know if it was quite denied. Man, Clockwork's actually doing a really good job of controlling this creep wave. That actually sucks for How. Damn, now he wants to try and pull it back, but I don't know if it's going to end up working. Okay, he gets some, but now the whole creep wave is just up there. Clockwork ends up getting almost level 2 off of the first creep wave, and now Tidehunter going to be harassed in jungle a little bit. Good decision by the Monkey King. He can do this pretty freely at this point. But yeah, now Clockwork going to be able to try and go for the catch up there. He ends up getting that creep denied by the neutrals as well. But he is level 2. Gets the push back onto the Disruptor. Might have been able to do more there as Lina's going to get rolled in on the mid lane. They have the Shadow Strike there as well. Not level 2 yet on the Queen of Pain, and instead trying to find the kill. They drop First Blood. Oh, EHOME.Keen. 9.8, not going to be able to survive through that. The heal wasn't quite in time. But nonetheless, a nice little pickup there. And Queen of Pain forced to TP back to lane. Yeah, great movement there and decision. Drawing the First Blood, well worth it for that Lina in every way, form, and fashion. Because now, like, she's almost level 3 and Quap is going to be at level 2. Dare I say it? Oh my god, the kickback as well! Look at these guys go! The slowdown by the Orb of Venom, the right click's coming in, they're gonna be able to find another kill on the Lina. Oh, no, 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 no! Ori, what is happening? Well, this is not what you want to see. This is not what you want to see in the least bit. So, Lina, at this point, what do you even do? Like, at the one hand, you got the first blood. Great. And I was saying that she was going to get to level 3, but it's actually the Queen of Pain that gets to level 3 first. And that having to go back to Fountain hurts so much more than losing the first blood. Tidehunter now, level 3. You can definitely accept one death there. Now, Clockwork also going to get ran at. Prey too, so he is going to get closer to this. This early game feels so good right now. If you don't end up losing that first blood to the Queen of Pain, like that kill ends up being so important for Ori, because otherwise, not that the game is over, but it's like about as close to over as you can get to within 3 minutes into the game, as Prey finding another kill. Clockwork trying to run them down. They are all fatal bonds together, and the battery assault's going to start to do some work, but he's able to just juke it out, and Sunshine threatening the kill. They can go on over, get the fountain as well, or rather the shrine, heal. Man, big plays coming in right now for EHOME.Keen. They're up 1 game already over Vici Gaming, but it's looking like it's Vici that are going to be able to pull it back in and to their own favor. All right. Ori making the plays that he needs to. Finds another kill on that Lina. Man, Vici. Oh, just gonna go back here and heal up afterwards. The plus side that you have for EHOME.Keen is that it is terribly. It's level 5. Like, that is something that's gonna help. And he's the top CS in the board right now. But 5-to-1 start, like, you gotta be at least a little bit concerned. They don't quite get the stack while simultaneously pulling. It's because that creep wave is too big, but they're gonna try and kill the Clockwork again. Look at this. They're actually hiding the rest of these heroes here. They're ready to roll it. There's gonna be the spin, but they get the Cogs pushback. Nicely played. Sunshine trying to get into range. He is gonna be there for the Blade Fury, and they have enough to find that kill on the Clockwork again, dominating Prey. Yo, he had a rough game last time, but 4-0-2. He's been a part of every kill so far. This Earth Spirit is just playing out of his mind. Normally, you get to this position where Earth Spirits are like level 3 by 10 minutes. He's level 4 at 5 minutes into this. He's only a level behind the Terrorblade, and God, not to mention the fact that you have a Tidehunter getting a lot out of this laning phase. He wants to try and go a little bit further. Clockwork able to find the kill on the Disruptor. It was looking like there might be something there. Oh, and now in the mid lane as well. They're trying to bring down the Lina yet again, and guess who is there? Prey again to get the assist. But it is going to be Ori, the one finding the kill. Domination, destruction, devastation, and all other things beginning with the letter D. Illusion. This is going well for Vici on their way to running it back. Sunshine diving in for this. He does not have level 6, but it might not matter. No, Clockwork ends up finding the kill. Oh man, great play there by the Clock.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Ends up making the movement that they needed to find that kill. Likewise, it was a TP back home for the Tidehunter, trying to stay alive against the pressure that was being mounted by that Terrorblade. You can see that level 6s are coming up soon for him, though, and, well, that's going to be the Earth Spirit diving in for that one. Finds the stun. Oh, and now how? How does he always end up doing it? He brings down that Terrorblade. Still looking for that Monkey King, maybe. Can they do it? They're not going to end up going fully forward for it. They do have Tidehunter Ravage up soon after this. It was Prey looking for the initiation. He's still managing to stay alive in all of these fights. It's completely nuts to me. He looked like he was dead for sure. But it was indeed just the clockwork that ended up going down bottom. He has his level 6. Metamorphosis down now. EHOME.Keen are just getting ran over. And again, we talked about this at the start of the broadcast. This is LGD again looking at this game with, you know, they have to play in the next series, the best of 3. They just got knocked out of the summit. Yesterday, they didn't end up qualifying again for MDL. It's rough. Rough.
Regeneration. Dire's top tower.
Bottom lane is where the pressure is going to be mounted now. This is, of course, all scouted out now, though, by the Radiant, so they know what's coming. And Earth Spirit, oh, he wants to be involved yet again. Been involved in all but 1 kill so far. Rolling boulder forward, tries to get the bowl smash in the silence. All on top of that, Lina, and she is just going to drop yet again. Clockwork, hookshot actually ends up landing on the Terrorblade, but he still finds that kill regardless. The plus side, though, is that you have this Tidehunter just took the tower regardless. It doesn't end up mattering. Sunshine finds the kill on the Warlock down bottom. And Tidehunter continuing to pressure, just kills the Monkey King under his tier 2 tower with the first Ravage popped. Bad to worse to terrible. 12-4. Vici Gaming. It's just all over this EHOME.Keen team. Look at this Tidehunter. He doesn't give a damn. Boundless Strike? Okay, now he might. He might be in a little bit of trouble now. He might be dead. And I'm pretty sure he is. There is Alina moving into position. The Boundless Strike has already been used, and, well, gonna taunt for good measure. I don't think Yang cares that much. Yang is pretty happy with where he's at.
Worthy tribute.
And I don't know, I think that is Chuan an Earth Spirit player? I don't remember. Let me check out real quickly which one it is. Because it's not ticketed, of course, it means that, oh man. Clockwork trying to get out is gonna die. Could it be anybody else? 5-0-5. They are dominating.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Let's see. So it looks like it's HYM. HYM is the Earth Spirit player. So that means that it's Chuan on his Disruptor instead. So HYM making the plays.
Money to burn.
They don't have Ravage for another 50 seconds. But this is the movement that they're looking for right now. They want to try and find one and get a kill. Ward placed down. They will spot this if there is a smoke broken, but it doesn't look like it's happening as of yet. Right now, if you're EHOME.Keen, you feel very safe. Do they end up spotting it out, though? There's going to be the jump in. They don't end up connecting on the Clockwork. You know, no silence. He doesn't have Genetic Grip if he wants to lay it down. Static Storm is down as well. On to 1. They kill off that Tidehunter, though, and fighting without Ravage, not where they want to be. Chuan is going to be fodder as well as he gets taken down. And so because of that, it's the movement in towards mid. How going to try and push the tower?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Sunshine. Mr. Howe, what are you doing, man? He got Omni Slash. That's what he's doing. He is going to be able to push back, tries to find the kill, is going to get it. Double there for Ori. Taking down the Monkey King and the Clockwork like it ain't no thing. Terrorblade is down here in the bottom lane, going to be pushed back by the Tidehunter. Tower still stands. They do have the Glimpse available if they want to get it. Range is there as well, just barely to pull back in that Terrorblade, and now trying to go for the TP away. They pop the Ravage for that one as well. Can they actually kill down this Terrorblade, though? Oh, the stun comes in. HYM is there. Rolling boulder forward and finds the kill. Yang picked that one up by the end of the day. 16-7. Vici Gaming looking strong going into this one.
Jackpot.
So, where do you go from here? Clockwork ended up going for the bracer to try and live through the amount of damage that was coming out his way. He has had a rough game, 4, 5, and 1. But now they're trying to find Chuan in the trees. He has a TP on cooldown, 9 more seconds. The Clockwork running through. The Monkey King is there, and poor old Chuan. Poor Chuan. Glimpse, they're trying to find him. He's just going to make them waste their time as much as possible, and well, they have been able to find that kill. So, taking a look at the early levels and such, 3,000 gold lead for Vici, 500 experience. It's nothing too pronounced at this point. And last game, you did see that Wraith King, who looked like he was going to end up doing a lot more, end up like kind of falling off as soon as the Juggernaut got the Manta Diffusal Blade. It really looked rough at that point. Sunshine, how you do have Omni Slash very shortly, but there's going to be the jump forward. Does have spin, able to get away. Still chasing, and well, Queen of Pain is here as well. He can't turn with the Omni Slash if he wants to go for it. Wukong's command is out already. That's going to be a kill onto the Disruptor. How still trying to run away. HYM making space. The stun is not going to be there on anybody except for the Earth Spirit, who does manage to go down. But that's going to be 3 ultimates used. And maybe after these things start to wear down, you could think about taking a fight for Vici. They have Ravage back up in 18 seconds. Can they hold on to this tower? No is the answer, but maybe afterwards they can make a play. Boundless Strike. You don't want to go on this right now, I don't think. Well, maybe now that you've caught, they need to break through these cogs. Okay. Now Clockwork taking some damage. Yang, a lot of damage in his own right. They pop down the healing ward, thinking about going back in after the fact. He's going to go to the shrine, and it looks like after that, EHOME.Keen just going to wisely back out. Don't want to overstay your welcome. Clockwork almost ended up going down to the Shadow Strike, but they're going to keep him alive.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But now you have a little bit of a timing here for Vici. This Quap needs to accelerate some more farm, though. I feel like you're falling off a little bit for Ori. You had such a good start, 5-1 and 2, but this is just the problem with the hero inherently, is that if you don't end up... Oh, no. Did they smoke underneath that Clockwork Illusion? What? Yeah, and Dire, they know exactly what's up. How are you just going to do that? Oh, Vici, that is a little bit of a kerfuffle going on right there. Yeah, they know exactly what's going on right now. All right, this smoke is not going to work. It's time to count your losses and push the tier 1 tower. And Clockwork is even going to try and hold up the creeps with it. Okay, well, you need to try and keep these creeps alive now and take the tower. Clockwork Flare is going to come in as well to try and burst through them. I mean, it doesn't matter. It just means that the tier 2 tower pressure is going to be a little bit slower, although it looks like they want to set up for the tier 1 in bottom defense. They have Glyph still if they want to use it. Disruptor available for the pullback. Glimpse is there. Static Storm as well. Doesn't have any way to get the silence off. Sunshine trying to run him down. They get the Ravage onto 3. Oh, that is a nice one as well. They're going to be able to run down the Lina. Terrible fight right here for EHOME.Keen. They expected everybody to be down bottom. It was all an elaborate bait. Smoke underneath the Clockwork Illusion so that way you can take the fight up top and kill off every damn person. 2 cores go down as well as the support. And it was only Ravage and the Static Storm used, so they can maybe take another fight with Static Storm and Sonic Wave in the next couple minutes here. Glimpse not anywhere in range as Disruptor is down bottom. Ooh. Clockwork Hook with a TP out. But nonetheless, there is going to be Static Storm drop. Sunshine found the kill on the Monkey King, and now rooted. Oh, we got rooted by the Ancients? Oh, Sunshine. No, no, no. And that's going to be a pickup for a kill on the Warlock. Getting him closer to his Medallion of Courage. So still Vici a little bit ahead in terms of experience. In net worth, they're starting to maybe fall off a little bit to what the EHOME.Keen team is doing. But now Tidehunter, you know, it's something we didn't talk about, but we saw it in that last fight, how effective the early Blink Dagger is going to be. Oftentimes throughout the recent history, it's been Tidehunters going for Mechanism first instead, but feeling like they're more in the mood for playing aggressively. Juggernaut may be in trouble here again. He is going to be rooted in place if he doesn't stick around too long, and now in trouble. Gets down the healing ward first. Are they going to be able to do it? Boulder Struck going to be able to connect onto 2, and now the Queen of Pain. They got him caught in bad position. They do end up managing to find the stun while the Clockwork gets out. They are still running down these heroes, though. Monkey King stunned for 4 seconds by virtue of that tree breaking. Rolling Boulder forward. They now caught onto another one. Terrorblade maybe in some trouble if he's not careful. Prey getting ran down. Right clicks are there. The healing ward still doing a lot of work in this fight, and now the spin chasing down this Clockwork. He is not going to end up falling, though. They are going to be able to get out with that Juggernaut. 9,000, unfortunately, going to be the sacrificial lamb. 5 seconds from Ravage. You end up having that shrine up, and things look mighty different. Stun goes out, not going to connect. And that's going to be about the end of it, I do believe, although Juggernaut's still looking to chase. Has Omni Slash in 1 second, looking to find that kill onto this Lina, and doesn't want to go up to the high ground. Probably a good decision by How. Lina ended up going the light strike array damage instead of the cast range. Maybe you have the cast range there, you find the stun onto Jug, but this has also allowed her to farm more efficiently, which is why she's second in net worth currently. But this is the thing, and like that's one of the reasons why you see these like interesting scoreboards. Your Queen of Pain 8-1-4 is behind the Lina, who's 4-6-4. And it's because of this like Bloodstone damage build that she's gone for. Bloodstone light strike array damage. It allows her to like one-shot the creep waves basically with this stuff. Oh, she is just randomly breaking down trees, so I don't know what that's about. The lag is real right now, by the way. Apologize for that, but it is just China servers. It's how we go. So Tidehunter, Ravage still held onto, is going for the pipe instead of the mechanism early. And Blink Dagger there, trying to find somebody, but everybody is up here in the top lane, pressuring the tier 2 tower of Vici's.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Again, How on this Juggernaut. They're still pretty far behind, but it looks like there's going to be a fight. Oh, no, he didn't break the tree! Monkey King's still standing up there on it. They dropped the chaotic offering. Oh, this is really bad. Can they find this turnaround? They need something. Magnetizes out. Sonic Wave was there as well. They're starting to bring down these heroes. That's going to be 2 dead. Ravage connects onto 3, keeping them out of the fight, but the Sunder is there to keep the Terrorblade alive, and now that is going to be a dead Tidehunter. Trading 2 for 2, but you lose your Tidehunter, and you also end up losing that Earth Spirit in exchange for the Monkey King and the Clockwork. Back out. Tower still stands. It could have gone a lot better. If Earth Spirit finds that Monkey King at the start, he might have actually, that might have been lag, and that's why he didn't see it. If we're going to be honest about it, as they have caught the Queen of Pain, or have they caught the Lina? I'm not sure who's ganking who at this point. Quap almost ends up going down, but so too does the Lina. And gonna live in spite of the Shadow Strike damage. That must have just been lag. Yeah, there was no reason. Like, Monkey King would have immediately boundless striked. So, a little bit of lag. Again, apologize. Looks like we might have a second of no action, so I'm going to try and reconnect to the game real quick. If you guys are watching, and you guys can't watch in Dota TV, so it doesn't matter. Come on. What are we doing? It's not letting me reconnect. It's not even letting me quit out of the game. What the hell? All right, we're stuck in the server. There's no getting out. It's going to be a kill onto the Earth Spirit regardless, and I even commit the Laguna Blade for it just to ensure it. So, top lane, now where more pressure is going to be felt. EHOME.Keen, after what looked like a disappointing start to their game, and Vici Gaming looking quite strong, are now taking this one over. And it's the split push that's coming from the Terrorblade as well. Like, just look at this. He's slowly taking down damage onto these tier 2s, and Vici is just not responding to it. They want to take the fights instead, and it's just not working. You have a BKB soon on Terrorblade. Like, look at this. It's down to half HP now. All right. I'm going to try this real quickly. We will be back in 1 second. Just had to go for the big takedown. Sometimes reconnecting helps, but honestly, it's such a crapshoot that you never know. Reconnect, quick. The other downside to this is that you can't... I don't have a co-caster, so I don't know if something's about to happen or not. Oh, there it is. We caught the Ravage. Sonic Wave to eliminate him as well. Right on time, baby. Big old jump in. They do have the hook shot there as well, but Lina in trouble. Laguna Boy comes out. They take down the Disruptor. Have to deny, though. That actually gives enough of a heal. They might be able to do this now. They still have Sunder available on the Terrorblade. Turns to look, but no, the stun comes through. He doesn't get the Sunder off. Oh, it was a great Bloodstone heal from the Lina, but it's not enough. And now Clockwork. Is he going to be able to play his way out of this? Lina's actually back in a second. She's going to clean up here. Oh, Lina with the plays. She ends up saving the day. I can't believe that that actually ends up working. Oh, no. And now buyback status as well. You look at this. They're going to be able to get the glimpse away Disruptor. Also to keep the rest of her heroes alive. Man. Okay, deny, immediately TP back in. And then after that, you end up being able to almost keep your Terrorblade alive. Like, if Terrorblade lives there, that's the ultimate play. Because then they can push high ground almost. Or at least take the tier 2s. And Lina still sitting with 13 Bloodstones charges. Yeah, that's huge. Did they kill off Jug, though?
Worthy tribute.
I don't quite remember. I took down the fight recap too quickly. They don't have Metamorphosis for another 60 seconds. Everybody's back up again. And still Lina and Terrorblade are sitting at the top. Oh. Oh no. Glimpse back, alright. That actually probably helps Clockwork more than hurting him. He didn't have a force step. He would actually be stuck up on that high ground right now. That was a little bit of a misplay there by the Disruptor. And they want to come and fight this. They don't have Ravage for another 30 seconds. They are caught now onto that Clockwork, and he is going to be brought down. No Clockwork for 47 seconds. But in spite of that, they're still not willing to move in. They want to wait for Ravage to come up. They're going to go for a big smoke play. I would imagine that's the move here. They have the mechanism done as well. Yeah, this is the time to go. And right now, I'm sure that if you're EHOME, you realize that this is the case. And they're just waiting on their high ground here. But I think that they can even take this fight into that because they have Ravage available. Jump forward, looking for the initiation. BKB have already popped out for the Terrorblade. Now they don't have anything else. Have the Omni Slash available for the... Well, oh no, they're able to get the Shadow Blade away. So now the fight is split up. They're on the wrong side with How. They have to back out, but that's BKB now down for the Terrorblade. That was actually a really great play now. Because they walk forward, they force out the BKB. Nobody ends up dying. That was actually huge. You can take this fight now. Clockwork hookshot in, is gonna get jumped on. There's 3 of them caught. The Chaotic Offering down as well, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough because the Static Storm caught onto 4. The Sonic Wave to follow as well, but they managed to get the Sunder off. Still gonna be alive for the moment, the Terrorblade, but can they find any more damage off the back of this? Stun comes through onto the Warlock. He is going not to be able to get that heal quite in time, and well, now the Terrorblade, no more Sunder, no more life. They're gonna find that kill, a triple as well. Oh, Juggernaut. How you love to see How back in competitive Dota 2. Healing Ward did a lot, but it was really Chuan. Chuan with the 4-person Static Storm meant that they couldn't follow up on the great Cogs and Chaotic Offering that came out. And now they're gonna get Roshan. Ooh, baby. That was nuts.
Money to burn.
And if you look at the state of the game, you have a Juggernaut who is now top net worth. You have a Queen of Pain who's catching back up, besides the fact that she's only died twice in this game and has 10 kills and 10 assists. She's almost caught up to the Lena's net worth, who has 8 deaths. Yeah, this hero is absurd. Lena is still quite good. Maybe it's just the fact that you have this guy playing it.
What have we here?
Triple fire.
Terrorblade hasn't really progressed in items that much. He's had to use that first BKB in a way he didn't want to also. Like, think about how different that fight looks. If you have Cogs caught onto 2, you have BKB for Terrorblade, and then he just hits 3 Fatal Bond to targets. Like, Tron completely won him that fight. Granted, they were also fighting on the high ground, which is a little bit sketchy too.
To the swift, the
But yeah, that positioning, to know like that he needed to be right over here when the fight was starting as well. I don't know, great move.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Okay. Where do we go from here if you're
Radiant's
EHOME?
bottom tower is under attack.
They still have a strong late game lineup. They still have good pickoff. They still have good split push. But that kind of is what their game is relegated to now. Terrorblade sending out illusions and doing his best to constantly split push. But his farm is not really... like, nobody has taken off this game in a crazy way. So Queen of Pain, going back for that Shiva's Guard again. How close are we to those levels as well? It's only the Lena who's got to the level 20 talent so far. Went for the attack range, obviously. Building for the BKB next. They know that they need these items up. Like, they've got to deal with it. Because Chuan, again, that Static Storm and those that can continue to happen from him, it's going to be big.
Man, thanks.
Looking for the Monkey King, not going to find him. Solar Crest is done now for the Warlock. Still have 8 Bloodstone charges for Lena. Anything else, really? Blade Mail Clockwork.
And it's off.
Next couple of minutes.
Radiant's top tower
Like,
is
it
under
doesn't
attack.
feel right now as if Vici want to try and pressure too much with the Aegis.
I'll take that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Chaotic Offering is up, though. Maybe you just find a pick-off here if you're newbie, or rather EHOME. Could be a way to go. But Guardian Greaves there for Yang. They're going to keep the split push going with the Mantis Style now done on Terrorblade. And it looks like this is that moment. All right, go with Aegis. You still have a minute and a half
Radiant's
left.
top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, this is the play. Like, this is everything that you want to do here. You split push with the other heroes.
Dire's middle tower
And
has fallen.
it's actually going to be the Monkey King way back here to scout out when there's movement coming in. They don't
Dire's
see him here.
middle tower is under attack.
And he was able to place down a ward inside their base. And while this is going on, the Terrorblade able to take the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane.
Radiant's bottom
Like, this is the
tower
perfect
fallen.
movement right now from EHOME.Keen. And they can, I think, win by split pushing because they still maintain a good enough team fight that we're getting to the late enough stage of the game that these types of things can actually end up working. But a 5-on-5 engagement here would really be bad. Maybe not. The Roche is actually... Aegis is going to expire in 40 seconds. If they can hold out 40 seconds and then take the fight, well, stun comes through, the silence as well, and they've caught Clockwork. So now you back out. Yeah. 40 more seconds on Aegis. 30 now. And then you take the engagement at that point. Because their team fight is still quite good. They need a Clockwork to hit a good one, but barring like the perfect Static Storm, I still think that EHOME.Keen, if they're managing to get all of their spells off correctly, will end up winning the fight. But now you have things like you have to be worried about eventually, like double Ravage from Tidehunter. Do we have a gem up on the Radiant? That's also like high priority. Because look at this warding. Like inside the base, in the lane, another one that was around there. We end up seeing the pick off on the Warlock. And Queen of Pain looking for the Lina. They have a Eul Scepter on both of these heroes. Lina's still trying to run. There's a Eul Scepter lift up. She has one of her... No, she doesn't have one of her own. She's going to be brought down here. Could just go for the Bloodstone Deny if she wants to, and yeah, it's going to do that. You know, I actually don't know if I like the Bloodstone Deny there. I think you actually let yourself die because the Bloodstone Deny is actually a team fight ability now. We saw it in that last engagement, how important it could be. But look again. Top lane, pushed in. Tier 2 tower, or 3 tower is going to be brought down to half HP. If not more than that. Like, this is huge. But this is a little bit more of what you would want to see from Vici. Looking for the catch. Wait until he goes down to the low ground. They have the jump. There's going to be a slowdown for the moment. Wukong Command, they thought about it, but end up canceling. But yeah, Tier 3 tower brought down to about a 5th HP now.
I will not forget this.
Gonna apologize for the slideshow Dota. I don't know what that was. He had Basher, was trying to cancel a TP, I guess? But, or just control up Queen of Pain? Didn't end up happening. But if you're Vici, they haven't done the best job of dealing with the split push. They don't have heroes that are great for it. Like, Disruptor isn't great at pushing out creep waves, neither is the Earth Spirit. If you have to commit fully, like a Juggernaut or a Queen of Pain, they need to get bots on these heroes first before they can really do it. Smoke? Was it under a ward? Does not look like it. Although they might have recognized what was happening. And now they want to try and take this fight. Invis Rune, not scouted. Lina, going to be the one that ends up maybe going down here. Do they have the dust? Do they have the reveal? They pull her back in and going to not bring her down because that was the BKB used. Good decision there by Chuan to not use the Static Storm. They hold on to that ability. But if you end up finding that kill right there, that is high ground, most assuredly. Buyback status. We do not have it on anybody on the Dire. That would have been such a huge kill. So you hate to lose the BKB charge just like that, but likewise, you will make sure that you do use it every time. That saves you a kill.
Worthy tribute.
So, net worth, not a whole lot else to say about it. Jug has maintained how just an incredible farming rate. He's close to the butterfly. It's a little bit scary not saving for buyback, but he might just do it here, actually. Goes for the Boundless Strike, turnaround, not going to be there. And now they are not going to kill off the Disruptor either. Well, maybe? Okay, yeah, there's some deal. So a trade, but no Monkey King, no Disruptor. They might still want to take this fight regardless. Ah, they're going to back out. And bottom lane pushing in yet again. Look at the damage even just the creeps are doing to this tower. They need another way to deal with the split push. This is a huge problem. And sure, you're getting the farm on them so they can take the fights always. Vici Gaming, or rather, yeah, Vici Gaming, but EHOME.Keen can keep this up, and when you take a tier 3 tower and then you start sending Terrorblade illusions in, the game becomes even more complicated. And Scotty is going to be there soon.
What have we here?
Money to burn.
Quappa's going back for the Orchid and full Bloodthorn next. You got the first Perseverance done for the Tidehunter as well. He does have Guardians and no other mana items, so it might be a little bit difficult for him to actually get the full combo off as Disruptor dead again. Clockwork found him with the Rocket Flare, and now Scotty done. This is really looking scary to me. If I'm like 40 seconds also with no Disruptor, and Roche is back up, this is actually, that was a huge pickoff. this might actually be the thing that almost puts like not a nail in the coffin, but they're at least bringing out the hammer. They're bringing in the Queen of Pain now. Oh God, I don't know about this. I'm actually incredibly worried right now. They can't actually go and fight the Rosh. Roshan goes to Luna, and now you have to worry about a Terrorblade Aegis knocking on your front door. Oh, Clockwork Hook just a little bit off the mark. If they find there, you don't have buyback on all of these heroes either. You don't have buyback on the Earth Spirit. He is another big part of your team fight. The tier 3 tower is being pressured, and it looks like they're just going to come back and defend that. Don't want to overstep their bounds. I can't believe that this is the state of the game right now. After what just a couple of minutes ago, I mean, still, it's never been more than a 3,000 net worth lead. It's 10,000 experience lead, though, into the favor of Vici.
I'll take that.
And it's felt like they've been the one controlling the pace of the game more often than not. But like I said, if you have the better team fight, which I feel like in some ways they do, it ends up not really mattering that much. They pick off the Disruptor again, and he still doesn't have buyback. How can this keep happening? This might just be game. Chuan, what have you done? You won the huge fight for them earlier. All right, you have Refresher on Tidehunter. Double Ravage might be the play that they need right now, and they're going to be going for the battleground. There's going to be the first one. Jumping out. There's the Refresher to follow it up. Can they kill off these heroes? They're saving the second one, though. They don't want to end up using Double Ravage. He has BKB now for the next round? Why don't you Double Ravage there? That's going to be a dead Tidehunter. He doesn't have buyback either.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This is game, I think. I mean, they don't know that he has Refresher, but this is about as huge of an advantage as you're going to be able to get Sunshine down as well. They're going to try and bring down one, but that is going to be the Clockwork and the Monkey King out of there. How doing enough work on that Juggernaut? They end up still being able to take the fight, almost killing off the Jug. That would have been tremendous if they forced the buyback there, and now turning it back around. Static Storm is back up. Maybe it was all an elaborate break. Queen of Pain jumps back in. Omni Slash now down. The Glimmer Cape keeping one alive. And now they bring down the Terrorblade. How do you win that fight? How on earth do you win that fight? I wasn't even trying for the pun right there, but it's all by virtue of how. Flabbergasted. That's all I can say. They didn't use the second Ravage. Still, they end up winning it. 6,200 damage dealt by the Juggernaut. Oh my god, what is this game? Again, I apologize. If I had another co-caster there and if there wasn't so much lag, I'm sure I'd be able to provide more in-depth analysis, but I honestly don't know how that happened. Like, I guess no Sunder got off for Terrorblade. They had already used Laguna Blade earlier. Wukong's command didn't really do that much. Maybe also the Clockwork didn't get much done. I feel like if you're EHOME.Keen there, though, that should be your game. That should be your fight. Aegis didn't go. They just completely ignored the Lina, I guess.
With flair.
Maybe the decision to put the Aegis on the Lina was the wrong one? I don't know. I am incredibly worried though right now that if I'm EHOME. The fact that you just lost that fight when they didn't even use Double Ravage? Like, what the hell? And now they have Double Ravage for the next fight. Maybe they don't need to use it a second time. Who knows? And Sheep Stick there for Quap. How are these level 25s going? You have it done on the Juggernaut. He went for the 20 agility. Lina has that fiery soul damage as well. Man. Still flabbergasted. Tidehunter, what's his level 25? Cooldown reduction 20%. Thank you very much. I will take that. That is so good. I think the Gush armor is pretty decent, okay, but you gotta go Ags. And I don't think that's what they want to do. Sounds like also the Aegis is just gonna expire as well. Aghanims is done for the Clockwork. Whew. All right. I think that EHOME are a little bit shook here as well. They're like, how did he do that? Oh, Lord. Other big items that are coming up.
Excellent.
They're still waiting around. They want to get that level 25. Since there's a little bit of a break again, I might try and go for another It's not going to do anything. It's just the China servers. Like, this is the thing. 305 ping, that doesn't matter. It's this 25% loss that matters. It's when you actually are, like, just losing, you know, bits of information here and there. And then people are stutter-stepping around the map. Radiant, they scan. They know where they all are. MonkeyKing, you're not here, buddy. The rest of the team, they're ready for it. They want to jump forward, thinking about going forward. The Shiva's guard giving the vision. Now just jump out. Quap, you force the BKBs, run away. Sunshine instead, he's going to go over now onto the Clockwork. Has the Omni Slash, able to take down one from the fight. Sunshine, they end up force stabbing away. And now the Ravage down onto one Static Sword there as well. Can they do it? There's a secondary Ravage if they want to use it now. The MonkeyKing, Wukong's command is there. Sonic Wave comes through as well. He is going to end up falling. Ravage the second time through. They've killed off the Re. Can they find any more off the back of this? It doesn't look like it as of yet. So they finally killed off How, but they lose the Terrorblade, Warlock, and the Clockwork in the process. Queen of Pain gets stunned, getting ran down. Is she going to die? The jump away. Oh, 100 HP. The stun comes out in the glimpse to create those other little bit of separation for the support. 70 HP Chuan, who gets away as well. Ori thanking his lucky stars there wasn't one extra crit in the bank.
Is under attack.
Oh.
Players here.
So, new state of the game. We've got Chrysalis done, MKB on Lena. She is hitting quite hard and quite fast. Damn, look at the damage. 600 damage crits. Not to mention the MKB procs that come through.
This'll come in
Ghost
handy.
Scepter is up soon. You've got the spell amplification. Tidehunter does have that 25 and the 20% cooldown. They have the magnetize. The sheep stick comes out as well. It doesn't matter how hard you hit if you're dead. And that's actually 60 seconds with no Lena. Roche is going to respawn in 2 minutes though, so they're still okay. It's a relatively long respawn timer. Sunshine, Mr. How himself, gonna push down these lanes, building towards that AC. Refresher back up in 60 seconds, Ravage in 20. They're looking for another pickoff here, and with the Shiva's guard, they might be able to find the MonkeyKing, but unfortunately, they don't have any reveal. Shadowblade gonna wear off soon, and that means Ori won't be able to find the MonkeyKing.
That feels better.
He needs to be careful here. If he boundless strikes when they're too close, they'll realize he's still in the area. What? Oh. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's one of those moments where if you start boundless striking away to create that, you know, movement from the rest of them, then MonkeyKing suddenly ends up getting caught, and then you don't have him to fight for when Roche is back up. Are they really finding him again? What? He's dead. Questionable. I mean, he thought that everybody was gone. You can understand, sort of. Maybe they thought that they were moving on. They have this ward here. Yeah, that's 75 seconds. That's actually... That's so huge. Like, this is going to be Roche up in that time. I don't know if they want to try and force it, but EHOME.Keen, their late game decision making is leaving something to be desired. And again, maybe just that veteran style that you have from these heroes, these players who have been in the scene for so long. They took the Roche timer, they know when it's going to be up. And now they're not going to be able to give a full defense. Wait, Roche is up in a second. Go, go, no, don't take the fight. If they lose this fight right now. All right, they're just pushing out the wave. I think. Like, right now, EHOME.Keen, they know that Roche is up, but Vici aren't aware. They're going to walk over there right now. How close is he to being able to finish this off? Yeah, they're going to call out the movement now. Wait for the clockwork flare to be down and then go in, or do you just go in regardless? Monkey King's back up in 7 seconds. Like, if they would have gone immediately and stuck around, it would have been all the difference in the world. Do they have a solar crest on these heroes? Looks like they don't quite yet. Earth Spirit building towards that Aghanim Scepter is still 1,300 gold away. Likewise, Chuan building towards his. He's a lot further. They're looking for this. No, no, Clockwork Lina Ravage. It's only on to one. He still does have Refresher if he wants to use it, but a collection of misplays there. Now the Boundless Strike, it's there onto Chuan as well. They pop the Metamorphosis. They need to take this fight here. Clockwork, he has been able to hook now onto one. There's going to be the Chaotic Offering, but only connects onto Chuan. So they lose Chuan in this fight, dead for 24 seconds. But also the Tidehunter, he's the one who's going to be controlled now. And it looks like they'll be able to run him down. Pops the Refresher, but doesn't get the Ravage off? What is it? Oh, he was trying to Refresher Blink. That would have been a nice play. But he doesn't get there. And now you are looking at another situation where a full EHOME lineup. What is this game? So Clockwork hooks onto the back of the Lina, and now they're going in onto Lina. She's going to be caught. They're trying to take this fight, but ends up being able to pop the cheese and just rub around the other way. The Sunder from the Terrorblade to save her life. But now he ends up dying in return with the BKB pop. Not sure if that's fully worth it. Lina would have been back pretty quickly. Maybe not because it's such a high level at this point, but nonetheless. You lose your Terrorblade. They can still move in and take down Roshan, though. So
Boom, there it goes.
the Sunder to keep the Lina alive. That meant that the Omni Slash basically did nothing in the fight, but they were still able to kill off the Terrorblade regardless of that fact. And since he was level 25, maybe thought he could get the second Sunder off. It was a good play, but likewise really good movement from Vici to recognize that they needed to change the priority on the targets to the Terrorblade. And enough right clicks were there that they could find that kill. Now it's going to be the Daedalus that's picked up for Lina. And she's enough of a damage dealer that they can, you know, hold out. They get the Aegis onto her. So 50 minutes into this game, gonna wait for Terrorblade to back up. I'm gonna try a reconnect. Man, I am just... It is a game. It's a game and a half. For anybody that's, you know, just tuning in right now, EHOME up 1 series over Vici Gaming. If they end up winning this, they will move on to face LGD in the grand finals. LGD, as I mentioned earlier, has been denied a LAN in 3 separate instances here over the past 4 days. The last one was, of course, yesterday, where LFY ended up knocking them down to the lower bracket in a best-of-5 series.
What happened here?
Let's see. The Roche timer is all messed up because I had to reconnect, so we're not going to know the exact timing of it. We don't also get the chat of the allies either, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, this shit's just laggy. Yeah, it's a laggy one. Their courier ended up going down. Didn't look like they had anything on it, but it does mean that the Earth Spirit Ags is going to be A little bit delayed, or is it just back in base? He has 2 components of it, maybe not the 3rd as of yet. Lina, data list completed, hanging out in her inventory. But EHOME.Keen looking to finish off Vici here. And look at the damage that's gonna come through from these right clicks from Lina. Like, the plus side is Jug has a lot of armor, but just, it's so much damage. The tower's gone. That's the first one. 4-step into Static Storm, but they don't have enough to bring her down. Oh, that's Static Storm down now. And look at how much damage that's dealt to the Disruptor. He's just gone. Clockwork finds the kill. He doesn't have buyback. This is the pressure up towards high ground, and they don't have anything. There's going to be the first Ravage. Can they bring him down in the course of this? No, the Warlock with a counter initiation comes out. Secondary Ravage not going to be there in time. 909,000. It doesn't matter what Yang's MMR is. He is killed off, dead for 90 seconds. Couldn't get the secondary Ravage off. Just too much damage. And now finally it might be enough. Clockwork hook forward, Cogs push back onto 2. They're bringing him low, but not low enough. EHOME.Keen on the verge of elimination here. Can How do it? They need something, they need anything, they need a hell of a lot more damage than they're getting from these guys. No more Omni Slash, he is brought down as well. Buyback, can they hold? They need to hold desperately. He's jumping forward, does manage to find the Sheepstick and the kill up on the Monkey King, but eyes on the prize right now for EHOME.Keen. They've got the Terrorblade and the Lina hitting onto these barracks, pop the Metamorphosis because he had the refresher done on the Terrorblade, and now turning on to the rest of these barracks. They have all of this spell, amp, and vamp coming in from the Queen of Pain as well. She's able to stay pretty survivable. The Maelstrom and the Mjolnir doing a lot of work here. The procs are keeping her alive, but they still don't have any answer for this. They just can't stop the damage coming in and out. She's dead. Buyback into the Dane by the Queen of Pain. Sunshine trying to do it. They need to keep one of these barracks alive. The Sunder comes out though, and now Queen of Pain well and truly dead. Schwan as well, buying back on the Clockwork. Sunshine, he's trying to do it. They killed off the Lina. She doesn't have buyback, but I don't know if he's going to be able to man up enough against the Terrorblade because he still has the Sunder. They need to stun lock him throughout the course of this. But it's just how, and it's not going to be enough. The Sunder comes out, the right clicks from the Terrorblade. And now the game is over. GG called. Vici knocked out of the MDL qualifiers in the semifinals, and it's going to be EHOME who face off against Vici Gaming. No, against LGD. Can they play spoiler again? That's the series that's coming up. EHOME, with one of the first movements into a major land for this organization just as a whole. They've been denied so many times, and in a thriller that ends up lasting 54 minutes, 92 kills, they end up knocking Vici Gaming out. LGD, as I said, have been denied 3 separate times in 4 days. This would make 4 out of 4 if EHOME.Keen could knock them out of it. And in the lead up to TI, they would most assuredly would have to make their way through those brutal Chinese qualifiers. But at the end of the day, it's going to be huge. It's going to be big. EHOME.Keen in just a few minutes against LGD. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Again, apologize that it was just me for the solo cast. No real great excuses for it, except that there's not a lot of people that want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning to watch Slideshow Dota. Because no matter where you are, unless you're in China, it's Slideshow Dota. Oh, but it was a series and a half. Man, oh man.